I hope everyone's seated. My name is Yashraj Akashi. I am the host for the day, and I'm also the co-chair of the Startup Committee. I welcome you all today for the Bharat Startup Summit and the MSME Summit. It's a brilliant moment to be in India, and it's a brilliant moment to be Indian, especially if you are a startup. It doesn't get better than this. And I must tell you that today's culmination is in fact, that most of the youngsters here today would not just be CEOs of large companies, would also be founders of large startups. So to give that a big start, thank you all for coming here. And I hope this session is going to be amazing for you. I would now like to call upon and request the dais to stand up for the national anthem and for the attendees to stand up for the national anthem too.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I would now like to invite the Vice President of India and the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
As we start the day, I would request the President of PHDCCI, Shri Sanjeev Agarwal ji, to facilitate the Vice President of India. Thank you, Sanjeev ji. The PhD Chamber of Commerce is a 118-year-old organization. It's moved pillar to pillar with the growth of India. And today it brings a lot of joy for me to tell you that as we move into the next era of New Age India, it is the startup, New Age industries, and MSME that take this forward. I want to request my colleague and Senior Vice President of PHDCCI, Hemant ji, to tell you a bit about our journey and also to introduce the Vice President of India. Hemant ji, please.
Thank you, Yash. Good morning, friends. Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, Honorable Vice President of India. Dr. Sudesh Dhankar the second Lady of India. She's not here with us today, but please pass our greetings to her. Shri Sanjeev Agarwal President, PhD CCI. Dr. Ranjit Mehta, Executive Director, PhD CCI. Senior officers from central and state governments, colleagues from industries, startups, founders, co-founders, representatives from incubation centers, friends, medias, and distinguished guests. I think I've been given an odious task. I come from the home state of Dhankhar Sahib, so it's a very proud and privilege for me and an honor to read the profile of Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar Honorable Vice President, who needs absolutely no introduction. Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar is currently the Vice President, the 14th Vice President of India. Shri Dhankhar did his initial schooling from Rajasthan. Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar began his professional career as a lawyer, and despite being the first generation professional, he rose to being among the top legal experts in the country. In 1990, he was designated as a senior advocate of the High Court by the Judiciary of Rajasthan. He has appeared in various High Court courts in country and was the most designated senior advocate of the state till assuming the office of Governor of West Bengal in 30th July 2019. During his legal career, Shri Dhankhar was the youngest person to be elected as the President of Rajasthan High Court Bar Association in 1987. A year later, he became the member of Rajasthan Bar Council in 1988. Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar has been a member of Parliament in 1989 from Jhunjhunu Parliamentary constituency. Subsequently, he became a Minister of State of Parliamentary Affairs in 1990. In 1993, he was also elected from the Rajasthan State Assembly. It's a big honor for our country that Shri Dhankhar was elected as the Vice President of India on August 2022. Shri Dhankhar, apart from being an avid politician and lawyer, he's also a big sports enthusiast. He has been a president of Rajasthan Olympic Association, Rajasthan Tennis Association, and listening to music and traveling are his hobbies. He's traveled across the globe, US, Canada, the whole of Europe, China, Hong Kong. He's been to all parts of the world. Shri Dhankarji's career reflects a blend of legal prowess, political acumen, with a strong emphasis on public services and advocacy for the disadvantaged. His role as the Vice President is seen as an extension of the long-standing commitment to contributing positively to the society and the nation. In the era where integrity is invaluable, his principled stance and ethical conduct sets benchmark for public servants everywhere. Shri Dhankarji's approachability. Sir, I would like to mention that, sir. We have seen that. I think he's been one of the most kind persons, and he's always been very, very kind to the PG Chamber of Commerce. And his concern for common men welfare has endeared him to the public, making him truly a people's vice president. Respected sir, on behalf of PhD CCI, I welcome you to Bharat Startup and MSME Summit. Thank you. Thank you and welcome all. I would now request our President, Shri Sanjeev Agarwal ji, to please come and give the welcome speech.
Good morning to all. Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, Honorable Vice President of India. Shri Hemant Jain, Dr. Ranjit Mehta from PhD CCI, senior officers from the central and state government, colleagues from the industry, startups, founders and co-founders, representatives from the incubation centers, friends from media, distinguished dignitaries present here. A very warm welcome to all of you. We are privileged to have with us Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, Honorable Vice President of India, PhD CCI, would like to take this opportunity to appreciate and congratulate the Honorable Vice President for his exemplary work and achievements in his professional and personal spheres of life. Respected Vice President, sir, it is inspiring for all to learn of your illustrious public life, demonstrating astute administrative skills, brilliant intellect, and ethical responsibilities. Sir, you are a great visionary and a thought leader, and we I highly appreciate your dedication and commitment towards growth and development of our country. PhD CCI has been working as a catalyst for the promotion of Indian industry, trade and entrepreneurship for the past 119 years. It is a forward-looking, proactive and dynamic pan-India apex organization. PhD CCI acting as the voice of the industry and trade with a large membership base of 150,000 direct and indirect members consisting of large, medium and small industries, has forged ahead leveraging its legacy with the industry knowledge across multiple sectors to take Indian economy to the next level. At the global level, we have been working with the embassies and high commissions in India and overseas to bring in the international best practices and business opportunities. I compliment the able leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, under whom significant steps have been taken in the last decade to implement the big picture of Viksit Bharat. We are fortunate that being an aspirational society, a high-quality workforce is being developed, which will play a huge role in realizing India's dream to being developed nation in Amrit Kal over the next 25 years. India has several advantages such as demography, economy, governance, and technology, all the key ingredients to make India globally competitive. Today, as we gather under the auspices of the Bharat Startup and MSME Summit, we stand at the cusp of a transformative era with 121,049 DPIIT recognized startups and more than 110 unicorns. India's entrepreneurial landscape is a testament to our collective vision and relentless pursuit of innovation. The Government of India has been the backbone of our entrepreneurial ecosystem, launching numerous initiatives aimed at creating a conducive environment for startups and MSMEs. Through policies focused on innovation, research and development, and significant budget announcements, the government has laid a solid foundation for a future where startups and MSMEs are the torchbearers of economic growth. The government emphasizes on innovation and R&D has positioned India as a global hub for cutting-edge solutions. Initiatives such as the Atal Innovation Mission, SIDBI Fund of Funds and Startups India have catalyzed a culture of problem-solving and technological advancements, making India a cradle for innovation. Cultivating an entrepreneurship culture has been at the forefront of the government's agenda by fostering an environment that encourages risk-taking, creativity, and resilience. The government has empowered countless individuals to turn their visions into realities, contributing to the nation's prosperity. The vision of Viksit Bharat, powered by the energy and innovation of its youth, is coming to fruition. Our demographic dividend with a large and youthful population is our greatest asset. The government focus on MSMEs, development and entrepreneurship training ensure that demographic potential is harnessed to its fullest, driving India towards unprecedented economic heights. The evaluation from a nation of job seekers to a nation of job creators is a narrative of ambition, resilience, and innovation. It's a story made possible by the convergence of diverse stakeholders, all committed to fostering a transparent, inclusive environment and champions entrepreneurship. Breaking free from the stereotypes that once confined entrepreneurial success to a select few, India has embraced a broader, more inclusive vision where entrepreneurship is an aspirational goal for every citizen. The advent of disruptive technologies such as blockchain, IoT, AI, and machine learning, highlighted by recent trends like ChatGPT, presents unprecedented opportunities for startups and MSMEs to lead the charge in innovation. In this era of significant policy reforms, our startups are poised to redefine the technology landscape, contributing significantly to India's stature on the global stage. The increasing prominence of women entrepreneurs is a beacon of change, driving economic growth and creating employment opportunities. With at least 36 unicorns and potential unicorns led by women founders, India is witnessing a demographic shift that not only contributes to the economy, but also inspires future generations of women leaders. The government's commitment to fostering an enabling ecosystem for women entrepreneurs is a testament to our dedication to inclusivity and diversity. PSDCCI has been instrumental in bridging the gap between government, industry, startups, and all relevant stakeholders, creating a roadmap that promises to accelerate the growth of India's startup and MSME ecosystem. As we stand united in our efforts, we are not just aiming for 200 unicorns in the next year, we are setting the stage for India to become the global hub for startups. The Bharat Startup and MSME Summit is not just a congregation of minds, but a testament to what we can achieve when we work hand in hand with a vision of brighter, self-reliant India. In closing, I extend my heartfelt wishes to the young entrepreneurs present here and to every Indian striving to position our nation as a startup capital of the world. I invite you to join me in applauding the relentless efforts of the Government of India and our Honorable Vice President in shaping a future where startups and MSMEs are the bedrock of our nation's development. Let us stand together committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation and driving our nations towards a prosperous, inclusive, and developed future. Thank you, and let's make this summit a milestone in our journey towards excellence. Jai Hind. I would like to request the Honorable Vice President to please say some few words, please.
Namaskar. Greetings to everyone in this hall. What I see before me is young, impressionable minds in full readiness. Congratulations to all of you. Sri Sanjeev Agarwal, President, PSDCCI. Just imagine, he has two vice presidents by his side. Sri Hemant Jain, Senior Vice President, PSDCCI, he reflected that why don't the Government of India follows the pattern of PSDCCI, where Vice President automatically becomes Vice President. Hemantji, soothing thought, but Government of India does not appoint Vice President. He is elected. And for an elected post, there is a constitutional mechanism. Bharat, home to 1/6 of humanity, is mother of democracy, oldest democracy, vibrant democracy, functional democracy. And we are lucky to have, by the democratic process, Srimati Draupadi Murmu as the first citizen of the country, a Vice President. Sri Rajiv Juneja, another Vice President, PSDCCI. Friends, it gives me immense pleasure to be at Bharat Startup and MSME Summit in New Delhi. I can tell you, Bharat Startup and SME Summit at 2024 will pave the way for a Viksit Bharat at 2047. I have no doubt about it. Our economy is in positive transformation. There is no doubt about it. It is a sea change, a soothing change, a feel-good factor. MSME and startups have made massive contributions, and the result is we are already the 5th largest global economy, on way to becoming the 3rd largest in next 2-3 years. In recent years, India has emerged as a global hub for innovation and entrepreneurship with a thriving startup ecosystem and numerous success stories. Time for trade and industry and bodies to fully leverage the entrepreneurial culture that is taking root in hinterlands of the country through the vibrant MSME sector. It is a sector that is underrated when it comes to performance. Its performance is much beyond the perception it has in urban locales. It is highly impactful. It is impacting transformational change in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities and villages. Hand-holding these entrepreneurs will help them optimize performance, apart from being a confidence-building measure. I'm happy to note that this is already in one of your sessions. The deliberations are bound to be very productive. This is known as small sector. I do not know why, because it has a big role. A small sector, reckoned as small sector, has a big role in our economy. MSMEs account for about 30% of India's GDP, 45% of manufacturing output, and provide employment to over 11 crore individuals. More importantly, it is an area that produces finest minds that contribute to the growth of economy. Affirmative governance, coupled with ease of business policies and initiatives, have helped in flourishing of entrepreneurship and spirit of innovation. A new norm in last one decade, a soothing norm that is changing landscape of this great nation. Schemes like Startup India and Stand Up India have been game changers, providing startups with access to funding, mentorship, and networking opportunities. These are not words, these are ground realities. You can have access to fiscal resources and mentorship in enormous ways. The startup landscape in India has undergone a remarkable transformation. Sometimes we have to take aid of statistics because figures are important. From just over 350 startups in 2014, in 3-digit, 354, we now have more than 1.3 lakh startups with number of unicorns surpassing 100. Just imagine, after having overtaken journey in most difficult terrain, we have traversed to these phenomenal results. This growth is a testament to the entrepreneurship and spirit of innovation that lies in our human resource. Government has been in affirmative mode that has been facilitating. The recognized startups have played a pivotal role in generating over about 13 lakh jobs directly, fostering employment opportunities for our youth and contributing significantly to the overall economic growth. This isn't just about creating employment, it's about empowering people, transforming their lives. I can share with you joy of an entrepreneur when he succeeds, sends vibes to several people, generates hope in others. It is motivational, it is inspirational, it is positively contagious. Today, India is home to some of the most innovative startups in the world, disrupting traditional industries and setting up new benchmarks of excellence. From fintech to health tech, agri-tech to clean energy, our startups are not just creating wealth but also generating employment, driving socio-economic development, and most importantly, addressing some of the most pressing challenges facing our nation and the world. Every day in our life we come across, when we look at technological situations, that this can be done. This is our need. The large industry is not equipped to do it. Startups can do it. They are doing it significantly, making our life easier, facilitating our governance and ease of business as well. One of the most important aspects of the growth of the wide disparities of these startups is that a common man can now think big, realize big, make impact, and be an icon. They are not confined to urban centers, which is good. They prosper in less polluted areas, if I talk in terms of environment. They have reached most of the districts, making a tangible difference in the lives of people across the length and breadth of our nation. A pyramidical rise is not suited to a democratic nation. We have to have a plateau type of a rise so that every segment of society rises. We need verticals for sure, but horizontals are important. Startups and micro and small enterprises play this great role. This is a significant stride towards gender inclusivity and empowerment in the entrepreneurial space. Gender equality cannot be delayed any longer. Parliament has taken a great initiative. September last, we had the historic legislation providing for 1/3 reservation for women in Lok Sabha and state legislatures. This is not a political reservation. It is much beyond political reservation. This reservation will give input in policy making of that gender, which is half of humanity. They will frame policies. Imagine for a moment, if 50% here were women, what will be the ecosystem? It will be different, more positive. Similarly, if our legislatures will have 1/3, and we are the only country to have gone to that level. It is heartening to witness the rise of women leaders who are making substantial contributions to the startup landscape, just as they are leaving indelible footprint in every walk of national life. Even at a global level, you'll find our women have performed excellently, not in ordinary things, in highly technical matters, be it IMF or otherwise. Already women are massively contributing to national growth and shaping the future of our nation. Let me reflect for a moment. You witnessed the spectacular parade on Republic Day, 75th this year. And what did we see? Our woman power, our girl power in full bloom, right from defense to technology to ISRO, to every walk of life. They outnumbered the men significantly, impactfully, and non-invasively. We saw it. To further empower and encourage women entrepreneurs, the government launched the Women Entrepreneurship Platform as a part of Startup India. This is very significant. We have to empower women, and the empowering women, the fundamental is they must be financially independent. And you can't be financially independent by getting money from somewhere else. You have to earn it. They have capacity to earn money. They have capacity to earn money perhaps more than men. But they are engaged in building families also. They contribute to the home ecosystem also. When they will get opportunities, things will be geometric when it comes to progress. This program, WEP, has emerged as a catalyst of change, providing robust support system to women entrepreneurs. Friends, as we stand at the cusp of even greater achievements, it is imperative that we continue to nurture and support our startups. You are one of the subjects during your deliberations. Economic nationalism, I wish to focus on it and appeal to you. Economic nationalism is quintessentially fundamental to our economic growth. Mark my words carefully. Nationalism is important, paramount. We have to subscribe to it. Time for us to subscribe to economic nationalism as well. We need to be vocal for local. It is a facet of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It reflects the essence of Swadeshi Andolan of our freedom struggle. We need to import only what is unavoidably essential. I reiterate, we need to import only that item which is unavoidably essential. We need to be alive, friends, to the ill effects of not subscribing to economic nationalism. Apart from avoidable drain of foreign exchange, and this drain is astronomical. So one evil effect is there is drain of foreign exchange. The other is it cuts into our employment opportunities. Imagine we import an item which can be made here. What are we doing? We are depriving hands in our country of work and giving work to hands outside. And third, it impedes growth of entrepreneurship. I'm sure nobody will disagree that we need to be extremely cognizant of the deeper impact of economic nationalism. I call upon trade and business associations, establish chambers of commerce and industry such as PSD, CCI, FICCI, CII, ASSOCHAM, and the like, to be nerve centers of inculcating a spirit of economic nationalism. Friends, a fiscal benefit, irrespective of the quantum, can never be the premise to compromise national interest or economic nationalism. Another aspect, friends, that needs the attention of trade and industry is export of raw material. We export raw material when there is potential of value addition in our country. If we were to add value to the raw material, some people will get jobs, some will be entrepreneurs. We sacrifice these twin advantages that can constitute to spinal strength of our economy and export raw material because it is easy to make money by export of raw material. That money is easy for the individual. That money is very painful for the nation. There are countries that have devised a mechanism. They will not export their raw material. They will add value. And even for adding value, just don't add minor value. Add a real value to it, and then you will be contributing to national economy. Export of raw material is to be discouraged. And this discouragement cannot emanate from a legal regime. This has to emanate from sensitization by trade, industry, commerce organizations, associations, chambers like yours. Because those engaged in this activity are associated with you. You know them, you can identify them, you can sensitize them, you can awaken them, you can enlighten them. And I'm sure our national fervor and spirit will make them understand immediately, and they will take to it. World over, trade and industry fuels and sustains research and development. I'm very serious about it. Go to any part of the world, particularly the developed nations. Research and development is fueled, financed, promoted, sustained by industry. We like it here. Let us take the big step in that direction. Let the corporate leadership also engage in that attention. I have indicated from another platform in an academic institution that while it is good to give heavy financial assistance to universities outside, but also bestow attention on local universities. It may be gratifying for the company or corporate that they have made an allocation, let's say, of $50 million to a foreign university. It's a fact. It was done about 10 years back. Focus on our universities also, our academic institutions also. So that is required by the industry. Make research and development your priority. I can tell you because your president had made a reflection. He talked of disruptive technologies. He talked of blockchain, machine learning, Internet of Things. Now these are areas in which Government of India has taken the lead. We have a quantum computing mission. 6,000 crores have been allocated. Boys and girls will be delighted. You can find areas and opportunities there. We have green hydrogen mission. 19,000 crores have been allocated. Enormous potential. we'll get about 8 lakh crore jobs and equal 8 lakh crore investment also. When these are the areas, it is the industry, trade, commerce, associations that have to catalyze human resource, their involvement, their interest by holding workshops, by having think tanks. And if there are some issues with the governance, the government is extremely receptive to address them. But these changes can't take backseat. Gone are the days when our country will look to Western world for technological input. We will have to be in the queue as we used to be earlier. Now we are in the front line. India is amongst countries in single digit to focus on green hydrogen and quantum computing. Even 6G, our development is very fast. The commercialization of it will take place from 2025 to 2030. I'm making reference to this because our boys and girls need to know that you have enormous opportunities. You have opportunities where you can think out of the box. You can enterprise, and you will get into new areas. And you will define India's growth history when you join the marathon to 2047 and make India a great nation. Friends, certain things have happened which must be soothing to young minds. What do you look for? You want respect for merit? You hate corruption? You want equality before law? You don't want patronage? And what do we have now? Corruption is no longer rewarding in this country now. Corruption neither gets you recruitment, a job, nor a contract. Corruption is the safest passage these days to jail. Safest, surest. Another thing which young minds must have noticed, people of my age have suffered. You are not suffering. You will have to learn. This has happened. There was a time when power corridors were infested with corrupt elements, license elements, middlemen. Even a tender document was a prized document. It could not be available to everyone. Industry and corporate had to work in overdrive to reach out a human resource who could extra legally leverage decision makers and get this document. Then secure a judgment in their favor, sacrificing merit, giving it a full patronage shape. Now, boys and girls, power corridors have been sanitized of corrupt elements. They are not there. And the good thing is, they have not made exit. They have made exit forever. They can never come back. While we have transparent and accountable mechanism in governance, industry, trade and commerce has to play a great role. If you will have zero accommodation in your establishments, that will contribute cumulatively to the growth of this nation and a good system of governance. Another thing which you have seen day in and day out, there was a time people thought they were above law. Law cannot reach them. They have immunity from law. The long arm of law is beyond us. Every day the law is knocking on their doors, which means they are receiving the heat of law as never before. And that is equality before law. Equality before law means all are equal when it comes to lawful enforcement. And therefore, this is important. Democracy cannot survive with it. This today is a ground reality which is most suited to young minds like you who have future ahead of you. Friends, may this summit inspire new ideas, which it will. Partnerships, there will be generated. Collaborations will take place. But cumulative impact will be that you will be putting marathon march to 2047, Bharat 2047, on a robust passage. And we will be a developed nation by then. Friends, let us in togetherness work for the success of our marathon march to Bharat 2047. And I have no doubt, I am full of hope, optimism and confidence. I may not be around, many may not be around who are senior people here. But you all will be around. You are the most impactful stakeholders in governance. It is your responsibility to take Bharat at 2047, when it celebrates centenary of independence as a developed nation, as a global leader. You have a person in command in Delhi at this time who takes note of your aspirations, dreams, and is defining your role, facilitating your performance, making available opportunities to you which you never imagined and people of my age never dreamt of. I wish you great success in your life. I am grateful to the PhD CCI Chamber for affording me this valuable opportunity to interact with young minds of this country who are the most impactful, constructive stakeholders in governance. Thank you so much.
Please be seated. Thank you for that wonderful speech, sir. In short, what you said and what we stand for is, yahi samay hai aur sahi samay hai. And I believe, sir, I want to make a promise to you from the startup committee. You see 750 students and entrepreneurs here. You will see 10 unicorns from them. Maybe that's a small number, but that's a promise. And what I will be proud about is they will be PhD members too. So you will not just see industrialists, but you will see nation builders from these unicorns that come from the startup and new age industry. Thank you, sir. I hope you all have taken notes, and I hope this day has had a wonderful start to you. But first and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, for gracing the summit and giving it a very, very, very strong start. His presence and his words and wisdom have encouraged us and guided us to where we are today and where we will go from now. I would also want to thank him for being a source of inspiration for all of us. And we are deeply honored, sir, by your involvement and taking your time out to make sure that this day has given a very strong start, sir. Thank you again, sir, and thank you for coming in as a Chief Justice, sir, Chief Guest, sir. Now we now request you all to please stand for the national anthem. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I would request the following. Request the following names to come on stage, please. Ashish Agarwal ji, Ranjit Mehta ji, DP Goyal ji, Hemant Jain ji, Sonali Jain ji, Vinod Karwa ji, Akanksha Akar.